Welcome to The Real World. My name is Cameron. Thank you so much for joining us on this very special movie review of Sound of Freedom. This is the latest film from Angel Studios and Jim Caviezel. It is directed by Alejandro Monteverde, and it is a film about the life of Tim Ballard, who started Operation Underground Railroad some years ago. And this is sort of the story of how he began that operation, which rescues children from human trafficking situations. So it's a very different kind of film than what I typically cover here on the channel. Try to cover a lot of different types of movies, but typically into the kind of big blockbuster franchise stuff. So this is a little bit different, but it's one that I felt I had to see. Hearing other people discuss the film, hearing some of the controversy around it, and then finding out for myself what it was really about, it was clear that I needed to see this movie. It's one of those movies that is a movie that needs to be seen by everyone. And so I'm very glad I went and saw it. Finally, this has been out since July the 4th. It's a grassroots marketing campaign, so I really didn't know much about it, hadn't seen a trailer or anything like that, but ended up gaining momentum, and at the box office, it's now crossed over $100 million, which is absolutely outstanding considering, again, there's been no marketing here, and the budget of the film is just over $14 million, so it's an extremely profitable film already. It has garnered mixed reviews from critics, but audience reception, the audience that sees this film, has been overwhelmingly positive. And I have to join them. I have to join the chorus of audience members who are praising this film for its incredible bravery in showing the world what's really happening with the sex traffickers in Colombia and around the world. So this is a movie that stars Jim Caviezel, Mira Sorvino, Bill Camp are all in this film. It has music by Javier Navarrete, who was nominated for Pan's Labyrinth. His music on that film and in this film is wonderful. Cinematography by Gorka Gomez and Andro Aek. They did a fantastic job shooting this film. Just looking at it from a movie perspective of technically how it was made, extremely well done, very professional. It seems like these guys really know what they're doing. They really put a lot of thought and effort into how the movie looks. It's very cinematic in its shot composition, its framing, its lighting is all expertly done. It has a beautiful sort of full circle narrative that they're telling here visually. Then it's also very well edited. Drags a little bit in the third act, but other than that, I think it's very well done. The production design is great. Everything about the film really works on a technical level. The performances are also very good, particularly Caviezel and Camp do an excellent job in their roles. The younger actors do a very good job in their roles as well. A couple of the performances are a little undercooked, characters underdeveloped, but again, that's not the point of this movie. The real point of the movie is to raise awareness of this incredible atrocity that's going on. Slavery is real. People are being kidnapped and sold as property, more so than in the history of the world, unfortunately. Even though information is out there, mainstream media is stifling the voice of truth that needs to come out, and this movie is helping the truth come out. And so I stand in full support of this film, not only as a piece of art and cinema that I enjoyed and was moved by. It's a very powerful film. Even though it's not graphic, this is not an R-rated movie. It deals with very heavy subject matter. and it does a great job of presenting it very matter-of-factly and factually, but also is very well made, again, technically, just as a film. It looks very good. It's very well produced. The people involved obviously were very passionate about it, and that comes through on screen. So I highly recommend you go see Sound of Freedom right now. You can actually get tickets for free. They have a pay it forward program where people who have seen the movie have now purchased tickets for other people to go see it. So you can actually go on to angel.com, and if you go /payitforward/Sound of Freedom, you can get tickets for it right now. They're at 513% of their goal, which is incredible. They wanted, their hashtag was 2 million for 2 million. So the goal was 2 million. They're now over 10 million. Total box office is, again, over $100 million. Absolutely incredible grassroots marketing campaign, because everyone who sees this movie wants other people to see it. That's how important it is. It truly feels like a cinematic event like few other films are. I think back to something like Schindler's List or something like that. That's just extremely affecting and effective in how it tells its story. So I highly recommend you go see it wherever and whenever you can. The website also has links to help combat child trafficking around the world. There are several ways you can educate yourself on their website. There are several ways you can support the actions being taken by Mr. Ballard and his compatriots. So again, I highly recommend it. Don't listen to all the critics. Don't listen to all the claims of conspiracy theories and all the nonsense that's out there. It's really just there to distract from this very real problem that everyone should be on board with stopping, but for some reason is not. The reason for that obviously is because the darkness in men's hearts, and that's what this movie reveals. And whenever the light is shown in the darkness will run from it. And that's clearly what's happening here. So again, go see Sound of Freedom. It is rated PG-13, so I suggest, teenagers and older go watch it as soon as possible. It is, again, a powerful and impactful movie that shines a light, again, on this dark world that we live in. And it's time for us to step up and make a stand. And obviously the box office is doing that in a big way. They can't really ignore that as much as they might try. But what we really need to do is start taking actions to prevent these atrocities from taking place. So go see Sound of Freedom. I'll reiterate it again. Go see this movie as soon as you possibly can. You will not regret it. And you will be changed after you've seen it. I can guarantee that. So thank you so much for joining us here on The Real World. God bless you, and we'll see you next time, right here on The Real World.